It's the Athletics taking on the Seattle Mariners. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. All right, partner, ready to go. Always a pleasure to get things started with you on opening day.
Well, Happy New Year, buddy. And anyone that's involved in baseball, even though it's not January 1st, this is the start of a new year. Every team has playoff hopes. I love this time of the year. I'm excited to get things going.
And now,
the crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Just a little bit away from first pitch. And on the mound today, George Kirby. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, last year, kind of around the league average in terms of ERA. And you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out. And not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Got it. And there's one down.
Well, one of the things that hitters will do is they'll look for that red dot on the baseball that's just coming in to let them know what the pitch is. And if they see the red dot, it's typically a slider. But when a guy's got a really tight one with high spin rates, very difficult to determine. And that's probably why we saw a swing and miss right there. Just a nasty pitch.
At the plate, Jacob Wilson in the air, left side. Arozarena brings it in, 2 down. Here's how the Athletics line up to start 2025. Chris, they're looking for better results after 3 straight losing seasons.
Yeah, Boog. They lost 93 games last year, and it was an improvement over the previous 2 seasons when they lost more than 100. This is the franchise of Lefty Grove, Ricky Henderson, Reggie Jackson, and Jimmy Fox. Let's hope A's fans have more reason to cheer this season.
That one fouled off. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And 1, 2, 3 go the A's. So now the Mariners offense gets to go to work for the first time. We've got no score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And we're back. And towing the slab in this one, Vida Blue. What do we have on him?
Comes into this start sporting a lifetime ERA just over 3. He's been pretty great for most of his big league career. Can't wait to watch him in this one.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Julio Rodriguez. And he deals. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Gets to it, on to first. Got him. 1 away on the strikeout.
Oh, that was perfect execution of that curveball. Down and in. He gets it out of the danger zone, and you really can't do it much better than that. It's in the zone the entire way, so you have to swing as a hitter, but then it just falls off the table and almost hits you in the back foot.
Here's Donovan Solano. And that's outside. Swing and a miss.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. He'll touch them all. And just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0. So, Singy, this is a little bit of a surprise. A guy known for line drives hits one over the fence.
Well, if you're a little too early, you'll get some elevation in the ball down the ballpark. For him, it's kind of a mistake. But you know what? When you have such a good approach, every now and then you're going to run into one.
Digging in, Edgar Martinez.
2-1.
That's a little bit low.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the zone. When you miss inside the zone, it's trouble.
And that's ball 4.
That's down. Ball 4.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Batting fourth, center fielder.
Runner on at first with one gone.
Jr.
Ken Griffey Jr. up next for the Mariners. Here's a 1-1. Cut on and lifted in the air. And that'll fall for a base hit. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
And if you're the pitcher, you can't be frustrated. You know this is going to be the toughest batter that you face tonight, and you're going to have to face him a couple of times. So you just tip your cap and hope that you can get the next guy out.
The batter now, Jorge Polanco. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Base hit, 1 run in already. The throw in, but it's offline.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat. Just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. On the ground, 2 ball. The throw wide at first, and both runners are safe.
Batting 7, left fielder.
A potential double play ball hit to first is probably the toughest one to execute cleanly. That first baseman has got a very tough throwing lane to deal with because of the runner headed to second base, and a lot of times guys try to throw over or around the runner, which can really mess up a throw like that. Still, definitely an error, though.
2 on, 1 out. And now for Seattle, Randy Arozarena. And that is out of play.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
And the next pitch is way outside. Runners at first and second with 1 gone here on opening day. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two now. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Going back to the warning track, makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and he moves up to third. Now 2 away.
Batting 8, right fielder.
Here's the opening day lineup for the Mariners, Singy. They're looking to take that next step.
4 straight winning seasons, Boog, but trending in the wrong direction in terms of win-loss record. Hard to believe Seattle's only been in the postseason 3 times in this century. I think they have what it takes to make it 4 this year.
Mike Cameron getting ready to hit. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Got him. Good job at damage control right there. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. We'll head to inning number 2 at T-Mobile Park. It's the Mariners 3 and the A's nothing. Back in Seattle, second inning set to go. Stepping in the long ball threat, Brent Rooker. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. That misses the zone, and the count 2-1. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
And a foul ball. And they'll do it again.
Clearly he was geared up for the fastball right there. Maybe got a little jumpy and excited out of the hand, but he certainly didn't miss a stitch.
And a swing and a miss. That K is his third of the game. And now the right fielder, Lawrence Butler. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Can't get there, base hit.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
One down. And now the catcher comes up to him. Shea Langoliers swings and misses. And the count 1-2. Butler stands at first with one out. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of his zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
And that one ripped to left. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Here's the throw to the plate. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Always exciting to see a play at the plate. Trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time, and they cut down the run to end the inning.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh. He is very much your typical power hitter. I'd say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
Well, we've seen more and more of that lately. The ability to drive the ball to slug is getting heavily favored over any discipline or strikeout concerns.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Nobody out, runner at first. The Mariners knew what they had, signed him in July of 2017 for a little under $2 million when Rodriguez was just 16 years old out of the Dominican Republic. Fast forward to 2022, for Julio Rodriguez to win the Rookie of the Year, the Seattle Mariners were then compensated with the 29th overall pick in the first round of the draft in 2023. Part of the new CBA, enticing teams to promote their good young players. And that's off the inside edge. And now it's 3-2. Runner at first with no outs here. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location. But the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
Donovan Solano now at the plate. Runner takes off. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Langoliers makes the grab. 2 away.
Now batting, number 11.
And here's the first baseman, Edgar Martinez. Two outs. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Mariners leave 1, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the second baseman, Zach Geloff. And that's outside.
1 strike.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider
Batting
down and away from the same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-2. That one down the line, and that's just foul. Pitch misses inside. 2-2. 1 out, bases empty. Left field. Arozarena sizing this one up. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, left fielder, Ricky
Back to the top of the lineup. Now, Ricky Henderson. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. 2 out, space is empty. That's out to center field. Nice grab on the run. And that is that. So they make short work of them there. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Mariners 3 and the A's nothing. Back at T-Mobile Park as we go to the last of the 3rd. So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Ken Griffey Jr. And a 1-1. Hit in the air, center field. Bleday sizes this one up, squeezes it, and there's one down. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. 1 down, base is empty. It is interesting,
Nope,
though,
that's the ball.
when you consider the way the game is run now, doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. And a foul ball. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And there's ball four.
Pitch is down.
Pretty good pitch on 3-2, right around the knees,
Up
but
next
just no help
for
from the
the
umpire.
Mariners.
So
Shortstop,
man aboard, J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners. Polanco leads off first with one away. Up and in, ball two.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
Hit on the ground, might be two. There's one. Over to Giambi for the inning-ending double play. Nothing across here this half. On to inning number 4. It's the Mariners 3 and the A's nothing. And we're back. John Giambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Jacob Wilson. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
And now 2 balls and a strike.
Here's something cool, Boo. When they finished building T-Mobile Park back in 1999, they actually opened it up in the middle of the season. I remember as a rookie with the Chicago White Sox, we opened the season at the Kingdome, and then when we came back later in the year, we were playing at T-Mobile Park. It's a beautiful place, great scenery from center field, and I always enjoyed playing here.
We all saw it was hit hard, but how hard was it, Singy? StatCast is here with the answer.
Yeah, Boog, it says the exit velo was 113 miles per hour, and it looked every bit of it, didn't it? I mean, just an impressive swing of the bat, and clearly he saw it out of the pitcher's hand no problem.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Now batting, right fielder, Lawrence Butler.
So digging in, Lawrence Butler. This one in the air. Solano hauls it in, 2 away.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop-up and an easy out for the defense.
Next offering is fouled back. Stays alive. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
2 on, 2 outs. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
In the air, right field, Cameron. And makes the grab. And that'll do it. So they strand a pair. We're midway in the fourth. It's the Mariners 3 and the A's nothing. Back in Seattle.
Leading
now it's
off
Randy
for
Arozarena.
the Mariners, left fielder Randy Arozarena.
Next pitch way upstairs.
Well, these Mariners showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They've worked 3 walks already, so that proves they're not anxious up there. They're sticking to their game plan, and it's working.
Swings and misses. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Well, pitchers have become so much better at commanding that high fastball. It used
Now
to be that
batting,
a lot of
right
pitchers
fielder,
didn't like to throw
Mike
it because it threw off their
Cameron.
release point and their mechanics, and they're aimed at keeping everything at the knees, get ground balls. But because hitters get a swing path that can lift balls at the knees up in the air and over the fence, this pitch has come back into play, and they are doing some special things with it.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Now batting, catcher
2 outs,
Cal
base is
Raleigh.
empty. Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
Ball, that's just out.
2 down, nobody on. Here on opening day. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Two down, nobody on. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the fourth.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Welcome back.
Leading
Quite
off
a
for the
pitcher's duel
Athletics,
so far.
center
Here's how the
fielder,
starters have
JJ
performed up to
Ledet.
this point. Outside low, and that's ball 2.
You know, these Athletics, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
And the right-hander's 3-1. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled
Now
to
batting,
score in this
second
one.
baseman,
Don't want to wake
Zach
the team
Geloff.
up with the free pass.
Now it's the second baseman, Zach Geloff. Ledet on at first, nobody out. This one in the air. Polanco puts it away for the out.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Now here's Gio Urshela. The 1-1. Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Ball, 2 strikes.
And now 2-2. Man at first, 1 away. 3-2 now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swings through it for the K. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
That's about as
Up
nasty
next,
of a
for the
split as
A's,
you'll come
left
across,
fielder,
especially in
Ricky
terms of movement.
Henderson.
I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. He keeps it down. It's just so tough to put wood on.
So the batting order turns over. Now the left fielder, Ricky Henderson. The 1-1 is fouled off. The A's trailing by 3, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a ball popped up. Martinez makes the catch, and that is that. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's the Mariners 3 and the A's nothing. And welcome back to the
Leading
ballpark.
off
Bottom of
for
the
the
inning.
Mariners,
Now it's the DH,
designated
Julio
hitter,
Rodriguez.
Julio Rodriguez.
Just
Ball
missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that one lifted in the air center field. Geloff. And there's 1 down.
That's a really nice play, ranging
Now
back into the
batting,
outfield for
third
that catch. We
baseman,
all know
Donovan
those can be a little tricky,
Solano.
especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Now here is Donovan Solano.
Well, Boog, after watching the first inning of this one, you would not have expected that this pitcher would be in such a groove and still in the ball game at this point.
Three, 2. In the air, right side. Butler makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, number 11.
And up next for Seattle, Edgar Martinez. 2 outs. That misses. 2-1. Curve in the
3
dirt.
balls, 1 strike.
Fought off foul.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
See ya. Strikes him out for the 2nd time today. 3 up, 3 down for him there. 5 innings complete. It's the Mariners 3 and the A's nothing. Back at T-Mobile Park, and the batter now, Jacob Wilson. Fouls 1 away, and now 3-2. Drilled out towards left center field. That's back. Tattooed and gone. Jacob Wilson with his first major league home run. A special moment in his young career, and who knows, maybe that'll open the floodgates for him.
Yeah, getting that out of the way can be a big confidence booster. It feels like a huge weight just been taken off your back. You can go up there with a lot less pressure on you now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets hot for a little while.
What do you remember about your first career homer, Chris?
Well, I remember it was off of Omar Oliveras, and being there in Los Angeles against the Angels, just a tremendous day, great ballpark, and a special moment for sure.
Jason Giambi up next for the A's. Here's a 2-2. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch-out.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted,
Now
but it
batting,
worked. He got the
designated
swing and
hitter,
miss,
Trent
and
Rooker.
I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
And next is the designated hitter, Brent Rooker. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty, and a run in here on opening day. This ball's chopped on the ground. Slings to first in time.
Now batting, right fielder, Lawrence Butler.
Now it's the right fielder, Lawrence Butler. Two down, nobody on. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Hard ground ball, base knock. And that keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the A's, catcher Shea Langoliers.
And here comes the Mariners manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. George Kirby won't go any further. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching
New
for
pitcher
the
for the
Mariners,
Mariners, Trent Thornton.
number 46.
And this is an important part of this game.
Trent
Tight score
Thornton.
and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
So a man at first. And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. Two outs. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back. And forget it. He sends one out the opposite way. It's their second home run of the inning. It's 3-3.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
This is J.J. Bleday.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. 2 gone, bases empty, but 3 runs across, and we're the top half of the 6th. Battling here as he fouls it away.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a ground ball. Polanco in plenty of time to first, and the inning is over. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. We're tied now with 3 apiece. Back after this on the show. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th. And now the center fielder, Ken Griffey Jr. Griffey was an instant sensation when he burst onto the major league scene back in 1989. A sweet swinging 19-year-old kid, and he got to play alongside his dad. He was a special player, and he takes it himself for the out.
Now batting, second baseman Jorge Polanco.
Now at the plate, Jorge Polanco.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
To third, Urshela whips it across, and that quickly 2 away.
Good two-seam action right there, running away from the batter.
Next for the Mariners, shortstop.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, J.P. Crawford.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And that is that. Nothing doing for the offense that time. 7th inning coming up. All tied up at 3 apiece.
Pitching for
Matt
the
Brash
Mariners.
on to pitch here.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high. It just breaks a ton.
Baseman, Zach
So
Geloff.
digging in, Zach Geloff. On the ground, right side. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Now batting, third baseman, Gio Urshela.
Here's Gio Urshela. Slice the other way and foul. Next offering is downstairs. Movement in the bullpen. Colin Snyder preparing to come on if needed. Spire also throwing. One down, base is empty. Got him. And 2 away to start the 7th.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
And now Ricky Henderson, and that's in the dirt. He's one of those Dave McCarty, Mark Carrion, Ricky Henderson types. Throw left, bat right.
You make a note of those guys because it's just different. It's like, man, you're left-handed, but you hit right-handed.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Nothing doing there for the A's. Score remains tied at 3. Bottom of the 7th, and stepping in for the Mariners, Randy Arozarena.
Left fielder, Randy
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound.
Arozarena.
This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher. That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
There's a swing and a drive. Bangs off the wall, makes the turn and heads for second. Go ahead run into scoring position as he stops at second.
Everything came together for him. Everything was mechanically sound with that swing right there. I mean, that's pretty much what you're wanting to replicate with every rep you take. You want good balance, barrel directly to the baseball, and good long extension after contact out in front of home plate. Man, there are a lot of doubles in a swing like that. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ballgame.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the A's bullpen. Vida Blue will depart, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for the
So out of the pen
Athletics,
comes the right-hander,
number
Raleigh
34.
Fingers.
Raleigh Fingers.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Mike Cameron up next for the Mariners. The 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got the chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
And now Cal Raleigh. And he grounds one to the right side. Steps on first for the out.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Julio Rodriguez coming to the plate now in a big spot. And a slider misses down and away. The Athletics have some bullpen action. Tyler Ferguson appears to be getting ready. And I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Two down. Go ahead run at scoring position. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
Donovan Solano up next for the Mariners.
Well, with pretty good speed over there at first base, I think the pitcher's got to slow everything down, hold the ball a little bit, step off, just try to break the rhythm and timing of a potential base stealer.
Inside, and it's 2-1.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
2 on, 2 outs. That clips the corner.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. In comes the runner from third, and it's an RBI single, and they take the lead in the 7th.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. And now for Seattle, Edgar Martinez. And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Mariners 4 and the A's 3. Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Pretty good strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down 1, any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Matt Brash done for the night, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for
Gabe
the Mariners.
gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Number 55.
These are the spots relievers really
Gabe
make a name for themselves.
Spire.
Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Jason Giambi digs in now. Looking to get the tying run on base. Strike three. Got him swinging. 2 away.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the
Now
bullpen
batting
is
the
following
designated
suit.
hitter,
It's just a
Brent
good day as a
Rooker.
manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Now a chance for Brent Rooker. 2 down, nobody on. That one outside, and it's 2-1. Swing and a ball hammered left field. Out of here. That one felt good. His first homer of the year, and this game is tied. It's 4-4.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. And now the right fielder, Lawrence Butler. Swings and misses. And the count 1-2.
2 strikes.
Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. Swing and a miss, and that is that. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now tied 4-4. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the
Now
8th,
pitching for
Mason
the A's.
Miller. He has a
Number
great
19.
slider with tons of movement.
Mason Miller.
And now it's the cleanup hitter
Leading
for the
off
Mariners,
for the
Ken Griffey
Mariners.
Jr.
Center
He's
fielder.
a big, strong guy,
Ken
can untie
Griffey
this game
Jr.
with 1 swing.
Ball. That pitch is out.
There's a swing and a miss.
He got away with 1 there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
And there's a ball. Jorge Polanco in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Tied at 4. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Swing and a drive, deep right field. On the move, heading back, leaping, and it's gone. And the Mariners have the lead. It's 5-4. The brighter the lights, the more he shines.
Yeah, this guy lives for big moments, and right there made a statement big time. No doubt in my mind, just about everybody in this ballpark holding their breath on that one. I tell you, just barely snuck it inside the foul pole, and talk about a huge swing. That's it in this ball game. Could be the biggest swing of this ball game. We'll see.
Next to hit, Jorge Polanco. That misses, and that's ball 3. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. That's ripped. Base hit.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Man at first, nobody out. And up next for Seattle, J.P. Crawford. Falling behind 2-1.
Well, these Mariners putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. The numbers help tell the story. I mean, they've been sitting fastball, and it's paying off in a big way. So far with 6 hits against that pitch alone.
Fouls one off. 2-2. Now one miss.
And that's a great way for a lineup to dominate a game, because if a pitcher can't rely on his fastball to get outs, I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of his pitches to be effective.
Polanco aboard here at first with nobody out. Struck him out swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
I see it more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball, it eats, and if you're not ready, you're going to be walking back to the dugout.
Randy Arozarena up next for the Mariners. The 1-1. Squirts away a little bit to second, and he's out.
Kind of a tough read for the base runner right there. You're usually trying to be aggressive on balls in the dirt, trying to get into scoring position, but if it doesn't get away very far, or you can't tell how far it is, most catchers are going to get to it and throw you out at the base. And right there, excellent job by the catcher. He helps out his pitcher big time.
Here's the 2-2.
We got a full count.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Payoff pitch. Strikes him out with 101. The Mariners pick up a run thanks to this solo homer. Last chance coming up for the A's.
Pitching
Back
for the
now,
Mariners.
and on the mound, a closer,
Number
Andres
75.
Munoz.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
And here's the catcher,
Leading off
Shea
for the A's.
Langoliers.
Catcher, Shea
This is a guy
Langoliers.
who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. And a strike in there.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
J.J. Bleday in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And the tying run is on base.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch
for
he has the
A's,
most confidence in right now.
J.J.
Just
Bleday.
couldn't find the strike zone.
No outs, runner at first. J.J. Bleday up next for the A's. This one ripped, but foul to the right.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
And a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Next up for the A's, Zach Geloff.
Now batting, second baseman Zach Geloff.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Foul off down the right side.
Nope.
Just misses there.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
And it remains 2-2. Got him swinging for the kill. Now only one out remaining.
Now batting, third baseman
Urshela
Gio
steps in.
Urshela.
Crowd locked in right now. One-run game here in the ninth. They're down to their final strike.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Next offering upstairs. One strike away. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Well, this turned out to be an exciting, very well-played game. Always feels great when you can take the lead in the eighth at home. Come out in the ninth, the crowd will be behind that pitcher as he tries to get those final 3 outs. Everybody goes home happy with a win like this.
Close one here today, and your final 5-4. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.